we are back. Jared. And Jake's going to be spending time in ISS now.
Oh, hey, Risa came in, and then she left because we told her that you would counteract.
Yeah, I already saw her. Okay, so, RLP marriage, we're looking at the details in it. Wood grain I was talking about. I really do apologize that this is not a really high quality photograph that you're looking at of the painting here. But even the fur lining of the man's cape that he has in it here is just astonishing when you look at the piece. I have a small copy of it over there. The dog, the wiry hair of the dog even. The extent of detail is really awe-inspiring. It truly, truly is when you really, really start to look at it and know how small that the piece is. So let's go now and look some more at the details here. Now we can, the reason I chose this one is so you can see his name, his up there. Isn't that beautiful?
That is some crazy cool stuff.
That is just the coolest thing.
Yeah, I love that.
So funny.
How did he write that pretty in that little?
Yeah, you can barely see
I know, and that small. Look at how the details are, and remember how small it is.
I mean, he had to use magic or something.
Yeah, he had to have like a magnifying glass or something.
Just ridiculous. It really
Maybe it
is.
was magic.
Yeah, magic. It's totally magic. Okay. So again, we look at the things here, and the symbolism that's here. There's a lot of things that are symbolic in here. The shoes that are discarded represent that a religious ceremony is taking place. The hand clasp here. This does show that you have also a religious ceremony taking place. There is, if you look up at the chandelier, there is one candle. Can you see that? One candle in the chandelier. The one candle in the chandelier represents the all-seeing eye of God. That's what the one candle represents for our artist. Okay? It's very prominent there. He meant to do it. You can obviously notice it when you look at the chandelier, there's only one candle. I mean, it's, kind of strange when you actually look there. And that's up above, look, it's above, looking over the wedding procession that's going on there. And we talked about her dress being green. Some of you thought maybe she was pregnant, but she's just lifting up the front part of her dress, which is very thick. This is the kind of material that they use because it shows wealth. Okay, it's a very thick, rich type of material. She's just lifting the front part of it up. White is not used as a color for wedding dress until much later, and actually it was not preferred at all. It was an accident when they couldn't afford dyes, so it was during the economic depression. Because it was always preferred that wedding dresses were rich, luscious colors, and always the colors that were the most expensive. Green was very acceptable, but what other colors are really expensive? Purple is very expensive.
And red.
Yes. These rich, luscious colors are really expensive because it's hard to get that true deep color. Okay, and then purple we know is hard to make anyway.
Purple is royalty.
It's very difficult to make that anyway. So, yeah, but green was good. Green was typically you're good. A nice, wealthy merchant would have green. Okay, that's what your green would have. Wealthy, middle-class type people would have green. So, no, you're not going to see lots of white dresses. That's something we do now. And now we've just taken it. It's crazy, isn't it? You see, there's thousands and thousands of dollars, I mean, we have gorgeous white dresses, but still, in the world today, we are not the only culture. There are lots of cultures in the world today that don't marry in white dresses.
There's in India they marry in red dresses.
Yes, they marry in very colorful clothes. Yes, so there are many cultures that white is not the color that you get married in. White took on this whole meaning of white meaning purity for the female being a virgin and all of these kinds of things. It took on that meaning after they were forced to use white because they couldn't get the colors, okay? But it never meant that before, okay? No one wanted to use white. If you used white, it meant you were very poor. No one ever wanted to marry in white, okay? So that was kind of a symbol of, oh, isn't that sad? She had to wear white,
Now every time I see a wedding and they're wearing a white dress, I'm gonna think, man,
Now I'm gonna get a purple white
so
dress.
poor. And now there's been thousands and thousands of dollars on the white dresses. Yeah. Now, the green, this is good because she's got some money. That's what they're trying to show here. The red of the bed here, the redness is trying to show fertility. Okay, we want to have babies in this union. We want to have babies immediately. Yes, this is what a union is supposed to bring forth children. That's what it's all about. And even on the bedpost here, carved in the bedpost in the very background, that is Saint Margaret, I believe it is, who is the patron saint of childbirth. Okay, so we have so much symbolism going on here. Even the fruit that we're seeing in the window here and on this stand here, this is fruit that in this time period where they're at, and it is obviously a colder climate right now because of the way that they're dressed, this fruit would have had to have been imported. So we're showing the wealth of the man in the painting. He would have had to have money to have brought that fruit in for this ceremony. Everything means something here. It is just chock full of stuff. It is absolutely fantastic. The dog. Well, now, great. What a good question. What does the dog stand for?
frivolity.
Partially, yes. Loyalty and faithfulness. Loyalty and faithfulness. There you go.
Looks like a cat.
That's what I thought. I was like, is that a cat or a dog?
Cat stuck its tail in the
Look at that. Yeah. Okay. So now we're going to move on to another artist who is just as magnificent with his symbolism, and that's Hans Holbein, the younger. You can't see that.
She's wearing a hat.
Let's say younger. Ooh. Love me not. Okay. Love me not. There it is. Hans Holbein the younger. No, I don't think so. I believe that's his haircut. Have a bowl cut.
Oh.
That's weird.
Yeah.
It's sad. I mean, it looks like he's wearing a
Well,
hat.
I mean, it might be a little beret thing. I don't know.
It
I
looks
can't really
like
tell. Could be. Hans Holbein younger, and that's what he actually looked like if you don't have that painting in your packet there. Here's the painting we're going to look at first. Jane Seymour. And yes, it is that Jane Seymour. For those of you asking that question in your brain. Is it that Jane Seymour, the one that's Henry VIII's wife? Yes.
That's what I was asking.
It's on the second page.
Very top. Oh, I look right back.
This painting is in the Art History Museum in Vienna, Austria. And Jane was the third wife of Henry VIII.
Why is that?
Where did we find it? I do try to give Jared our directions. I forgot a minute ago.
It's the second page. Oh, no, in the packet of the names, it is the 5th page on the bottom by David.
5th page of the picture. Okay, 5th page picture packet and 2nd page info packet.
Yeah, second page, second one.
Okay, 2nd page info packet. There we go. All right, there you go, Jared. Okay. I absolutely love this piece just because of the lusciousness of the colors. Look at that.
I like the red.
The contrast and the lusciousness of the colors that we have going on here. And again, with the details, this is ridiculous. Why does anybody spend this much time doing the brocade here in this clothing? And look at this here of the lace and stuff along her neckline, the jewelry and stuff. The details in here, it's just disgusting, isn't it?
Like, even her hair, look at her hair. Her hair looks shiny and silky and soft.
Mm-hmm.
Her hair.
Her hair,
You can barely see it.
You can't, that's not hair, that's part of the
No,
dress.
yeah, it's all in
It
half.
looks silky and soft.
Her lips look funky.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
She is
looks
not
like
a
she's
very
making-
beautiful woman, like, even for that.
No, not particularly. No. But
She looks
the
and-
lusciousness of her clothing and the color that he brought out. I mean, look at this. She's got this wrap around her that is a see-through type wrap, and look, you can actually see through. He actually spent the time to work that. You know, I mean, it's just
You can see, like, her
unbelievable.
rings,
Yes.
her fingernails.
All of the details, the lacing here, work all of these details. This is a lot of time spent. But again, look at the sheen on the red, the lusciousness of this. It looks like velvet to me. I could be wrong, but that's how I'm feeling. If I was there in the room with her, I'm believing this would be like a velvet, you know? It picks up the light, the sheen of the material there. It's just gorgeous. But to spend that much time on something like this, it answers why Hans Holbein was considered the official painter of the court of Henry VIII. Yeah. I would want him to be my official painter too if you're going to be this detailed, you know. He was fantastic. Okay. Now, look at this. I mean, it's just going to get better and better for you. This is Sir Thomas More. And in our photo packet, he's on page 2.
He's on the third.
And he's on the 3rd page of the info packet. Okay. Again, the lusciousness of these colors are just extraordinary, aren't they? Look how this red, the light catches the sheen in the red, and the green is the same way. Luscious is the only word to describe it here. The fur, the details in the fur coat that he has, the collar and stuff. But if you look at Thomas More's face, okay? Look at Thomas's face. I have looked at this so many times, and I'm not kidding. I've been captured by this a couple of different times, and I've actually thought I was looking at a photograph. If you just look at his face. Is that not fantastic?
Even like his hands.
Yeah. That's just fantastically done. I don't know how that you do something like that, but Holbein is a genius. This is, to me, the best one that he did. I think so. And we're going to look at a couple of his, but every time I look at this, I think Thomas, that's a photograph of a man. That's what it looks like to me. It is so realistic. It's just luscious.
When you look at these, can you like actually see the paint strokes, or does it actually look like?
Some artists know you cannot see paint strokes. You cannot, in none of Da Vinci's can you see paint strokes, not even under a microscope. Now, none of the other paintings hold up to that, but Da Vinci's work does.
I think it's just all of it looks like a photograph.
It does. It's just kind of scary, isn't it?
I love the necklace, like the whole.
Yeah. And this
I like
necklace
this red
here, this all was the station of his office when he worked for Henry. That was what he was wearing. That's what it stood for.
It's just amazing to think that anybody could draw like that. It's slightly.
Yeah.
He's got a big nose.
Yeah, he does.
He's got beady little eyes too.
Mm-hmm. And then, I know most of you already know the story of Thomas. He wrote the book Utopia, where you talk about what his idea of a perfect society means. That's where we get the word utopia. We still use it today. Thomas is the one that came up with that. He's why we say this is utopia, or utopian societies. It's because of him. He and Henry were actually good friends, but when Henry departed from the Roman Catholic Church and wanted to start his own, that's where the rift happened between them. Thomas wouldn't agree with Henry, and he didn't have a choice except to execute him. He did lock him up in the Tower of London for a while, hoping he would change his mind, and Thomas would not go against his faith. He wouldn't do it. And so Henry had no choice. He had to kill him. If he didn't kill him, he would be a symbol of rebellion against the king forever. The people could look to him, and it could mean possible civil war. If you're Henry, you don't have a choice. He has to die. You cannot allow him to live, or even possibly go live in France, exile, whatever. No, he must die. This is terrible, though, because these are people who have been friends with each other, who had sat and had many dinners and laughs and things, and all of a sudden now you're going to kill him?
Don't you hate it when you have to kill your friends?
Don't you hate that? It shows what a tyrant and monster that Henry actually was, though, right?
I don't know. I could see like having to, like, if I was king, or I guess queen, whatever. I'm gonna say king because they're more powerful. If I was king and like you were my best friend, but you were still like, I'm gonna lick your royal throne as a form of rebellion. have to kill you.
I'm gonna have to kill you. Well, there's the murderer himself, Henry VIII. This is probably the most famous portrait of Henry, done by Hans again. Hans did a couple of these. There was actually another one where it's full length, where you can see Henry's legs standing, dressed in the same clothing.
This was before he got sickened, but you can see his legs probably.
Yeah. This one is in the National Gallery in Rome. I know you're thinking, shouldn't it be in London? Well, in London they actually have the copy where it says legs, where they're full body. I don't know which museum it is that it shows the full body, but they do have one. This one is in Rome. I have seen it.
What does it say behind him, you know?
No. It's a day, it's a year. I don't know. Again, look at this detail. It's ridiculous. Even the gorgeous gold, the poofy gold sleeve. Look at all of the detail that is in this material.
Like it looks like one that would be like you can imagine exactly what that kind of fabric looks like.
Exactly.
And how it felt, too.
Mm-hmm. Everything. The little bitty tiny. There's nothing missed here. Nothing at all. Even I can see the detail of the work, the ring. See?
Well, like even
His
their
gloves.
hands.
Even the creases in his face.
Yeah.
Yeah, like no joke. If you took a picture of that man, that's exactly what it would look like.
I know.
He was very.
It's extraordinary. It's just extraordinary.
He doesn't have very much for eyebrow hair. It's
No.
his granddad that never did.
Right. Yeah. Probably didn't have a lot, truthfully. No.
You can tell he liked to use his money for food.
Yes, he did. He was hefty man. He was a hefty man.
That's alright, I don't blame him. I like using my money for food, too.
And you know, dinners were like a production, you know, in this time period. There were, 6, 7, 8 courses of a meal. It was a huge production.
And wait, no.
Was everybody hefty?
No, not everybody.
The ladies were actually fairly small.
But they were like, they weren't like super skinny.
No, they weren't our skinny, but they were like our mediums, basically.
They're the people that deserve being loved.
Just gorgeous though. Holbein is truly an artist, an amazing one at that. Now, this one, many people think is his masterpiece. This is in the National Gallery in London. It is so full of symbolism, I can't even begin to tell you everything in it because I'll probably pass out. I won't tell you some things, though. I won't tell you everything. This painting was done in Westminster Abbey, and this is actually the exact replica of the floor of Westminster Abbey. There's no other floor in the world that looks like Westminster Abbey. So if you ever see this like in movies or whatever, you know they're at Westminster Abbey. There's only one floor like this in the whole world, and it is at Westminster Abbey. So it's very definitely Westminster Abbey, and he follows it to a detail. It's all to a detail. Look at the gorgeous detail in this man's coat. Is that not unbelievable? Look at that. All there, he's got a little bit of a fur line. Okay, and this one is definitely a thicker fur. Sorry that this is a little bit blurry and it's not coming out real clear for you. I apologize, but it's just full of stuff. The carpet that's back here on the shelf, okay, you're just going to get sick looking at all the detail and everything. Everything in the painting has meaning, okay? All of it does.
Even the smudge?
Even the what?
I call it a smudge. I don't think it's really
The smudge definitely has meaning, has very important meaning, which I will get to.
Where's the smudge at?
We'll talk about that in
It's
just a minute.
Wow, I wasn't sure if that was like stuff that's cool. Okay, which page is this on?
Now,
Right first.
how old do you think these men are?
40s.
No, 25. I was gonna say they're gonna be like their 30s.
Okay, and you thought 40?
Yep.
Okay, this man is 29, and I think this was 25 on the right. I'm pointing to the one on the right. Jared is 25. Their age is actually inscribed. This man's age is inscribed on his dagger, and and this man's age is described on the book outer edge that he has his elbow on. Which we're going to get in a little bit closer to some of these, so you'll be able to see some things. And this painting is rather large. It's not as large as La Primavera or the Birth of Venus, but it is pretty large. And when we ran into the National Gallery in London to see this, this is the first big piece that we ran into. And all of us just stopped. It was just amazing, you know. And again, I had no concept of the size of it, you know, because numbers don't mean anything to me. So when I saw the size of it, we were just like, oh, all of us, you know, just stood there and took it in. It's just really something. And of course, when you know what it all stands, what it all means and everything, we only had a few minutes. So we had to take it in, drink it in, and then move on and try to take a few more things. But it was something to have stood there in front of it and actually seen it. Well, once you study it and know about it, to see it in person is a beautiful thing. But they had gone, the ambassadors are literally ambassadors from France. And this ambassador, this man here, had actually, the one on the left, the ambassador had commissioned Hans to paint the painting. The King of France had sent them to England this was a time when Henry was breaking with the church and relationships were bad. So the King of France had tried to send them as emissaries to try to work things out. Okay, because the King of France obviously doesn't want them to make a break. You know, it's going to be bad, obviously. So it's a very tumultuous time for anybody who's allies with England. They're concerned, right? They would be. And you know, people have relatives and you have trade partners, and you know, there's a lot of history between those two countries. All right. So these guys are worried, and they've been sent there on a delicate and dangerous and difficult mission. So we're trying to work things out, and you'll know it don't work out. So this is not going to be a good mission, come to a good end. So here Hans is trying to capture all of the meaning of what they have gone there for in this painting. Okay. There's a sundial up there that's capturing the date. A lot of the things in here stand for the occupations of either of these men. There is a map. I think it's this globe down here on the lower shelf that is actually turned to an obscure place in the world, which is the city that this man on the left was born in. Jean de Dinteville, I believe is his name. And, you know, that wouldn't be on anybody's globe, right? But Hans has painted there because it's important to him. This lyre here, this musical tool, actually has a broken string. One broken string, which represents the discord between the churches, right? That's what it's representing, the discord between the two churches there, between the Church of England, what's going on with Henry, and the Roman Catholic Church. That's what it does. The hymn book that's open here, the hymn book is unique because the hymn book is open to a hymn that both Protestant churches and Catholic churches sing. So it's trying to show something that they both agreed on. That's what he's trying to do there. There's so much symbolism. I can't possibly tell everything to you, but I want to show you some more stuff that's in it when we get up close. And that is on the bottom of the floor. We'll go back one here so you can see. On the bottom here, in the floor, you see this strange shape that looks like a smudge. One of you said that a second ago. Okay, this is what it looks like to anybody that comes up on it.
Oh, I see that now.
Okay, right? This is painted in extreme perspective called anamorphosis. Okay, can only be seen like this. So you stand at a certain place and look at the painting in a certain position, which is eye level to the ambassadors, and about you have to get, which we were all climbing on top of each other in the museum. Okay, which is really stupid. These people should know to have a step ladder. Everybody wants to see this, okay? So have a step ladder in the museum, please. But we're all climbing on top of each other. I'm going to touch each other to get the perspective the way you're supposed to because you've all been taught this, right? Okay, and then it actually comes in like like this, and I mean, it'll just freak you out, okay? But that's exactly what happens. You have to be eye level with the ambassador, like 6 feet over to the right, and all of a sudden it goes like that. And that's exactly how you'll see it. And it's a skull, and it is actually a symbol of Jean de Isabelle's family, and he has that on his necklace and on his dagger, and it represents that, plus his health was very fragile during this time, and they also were the historians also say that they think Hans was putting that feeling into it also. Okay, I don't know if he was not, but I just know it was being here. Okay, this is split. On the far right, these are different things, and on the far left here, this is in the left part of the screen is the painting. Did not pick it up. And this is in the very, very top left of the painting. And look what here you see.
Jesus.
Yeah. A hidden crucifix in the very top left of the painting. It's just tiny, tiny, tiny.
Student staff, please pardon this interruption. There is no freshman baseball game today. No freshman baseball game. There will be freshman baseball practice, but no game. If you need to call your folks, please go to the AD's office. There's also no track meet tonight. It will be rescheduled for tomorrow. There is track practice. Repeat, there is track practice. Also, I need Josh Sear, Anna Pachizio, and Gary Griffin to come to the office, please.
Okay. It is on the very top left, and I'll try to. The copy I got for you guys cut it off, and I apologize, but we'll try to look at that. And what this represents is that, Christ is there, that, God is watching over the proceedings. Obviously, you can read a lot of different things into that, but you guys are all intelligent enough to understand what the artist is trying to say here is that religion, God is watching over the proceedings. Come in. Okay. And then we have the lyre. I was trying to blow this up so you can see the broken string. Can you see it? Am I blind?
Kind of. I can see it more on the bigger portion of it.
I can't see it. Is it? If somebody can point it out to me.
Oh, I
Is
see
it
it.
on the far right side of it?
No. You mean this thing?
No, on the wire, but like on the far right of the strings, the farthest one on the right.
I remember you could see it, but my brain right now I can't see it.
I can't see it.
I think I can tell that no string is there, but
Yeah, the string. Like I can tell that it's missing a string. I just can't see.
No,
it.
you can actually see it. It's like flipped up or curled. You can see it. So this particular picture we might not be able to see it. Can you see it? No.
yeah, that's what I thought.
Where?
Like it looks like it's going right there.
Do you guys see that?
I can see that. That's where I thought it was.
Yeah.
See, I see
Okay.
that line actually coming towards me. But
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Coming your way?
Yeah, like right here.
I think I know what you're talking about, Kylie. That one. Yeah.
I think that is just I think that's a flaw.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. So it just makes me mad.
Well, after class, we should find it.
I know. I'll try to find it out, but I'm sorry. And these were just different things I wanted to show you. Look, you can see the fur in his coat now, just a little bit more detail. Is it better over there?
No,
Can you tell over there?
blind isn't bad apparently.
Well, let me try on that screen.
Real photographs of real objects.
I know.
That's what I was thinking.
Maybe it's just
It looks like the farthest right string is missing.
maybe it's just this little piece right there. Do you guys see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well,
it's
that
just
would just be like extra straight, like it not broken.
No, because it's broken here and then it comes down. Larry's probably going, y'all are so stupid. Okay.
Get over
Because
it,
we're all
Jack.
like focusing on where's the broken string.
Where's the broken string? Oh, here it is. There, you can definitely see it.
Oh, yeah.
That is so much better.
I can see that now.
Now look at the detail. Is that not ridiculous? Oh, that's so much
But you
better.
can even see like all the music notes. On
Yeah.
the book.
Yeah. And the words, there are words written. Is that not ridiculous?
Look at the freaking globe.
Yeah, look at the globe. I told you, it's turned to the place where that guy was
That
born.
is ridiculous.
And look at the fur. I go back to the fur and they say, look at the wood grain on the shelf. This is just ridiculous.
I think the sucker invented photography and then hid it from the world.
I think he's Satan.
He sold his soul to the devil.
Yeah.
Why can't he be an angel?
Well, he could be, but look at this. This is all a tapestry, and you know what tapestry looks like, right?
Oh, yeah.
Look at the detail in this, how perfect it is.
If he's there when I get to heaven, I'm asking him.
Wow. And we're just looking at one little tiny section, see. I want you guys to be as blown away by this stuff as I am. I'm just amazed. But now I can see that broken string right there very clearly.
Just barely.
Yeah.
Go golden toilet paper feet. Anderson? Jackson broke it for like
Okay. So we'll do one more because I have to stop at 1 because it takes 10 minutes at least to save what we do for Jarrett. Okay, so we'll go to Rembrandt. This is what Rembrandt looked like. This is not in your packet. But Rembrandt probably kept for us a better representation of himself than any other artist in all of history. Probably 30, 40, 50 different self-portraits all throughout his age.
with a mirror.
So it's like showing his...
Yeah, from the time he's very, very young all the way to old.
That's pretty... He looks pretty decently older in that picture.
So this is the one we're going to do.
On our packet it says rich old man.
Yeah, rich old man from the parable. Which page is it on in the info packet? Third page in the info packet, Jared. It probably says rich old man from the parable. You can be found either way is okay. Mhm. 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 Did you get it back? Did you get it back? Okay. Okay. Mhm. Alright. Alright, we got that. We're ready to see what it looks like. Okay.
Watch.
I bet you I'm gonna be right.
We were...
Oh, no!
That's the one I was thinking it was. That's the one I thought you were talking about. The one where he's covered with all, like, papers.
What page on the picture?
Third page in the photo packet?
Yeah.
Okay. Got that? Third page in the photo packet. Okay.
It almost kind of sounds like you're talking to yourself. Like there's a little guy on your shoulder.
Well, there is. It's Jared. You know, I just want to make sure he gets all the... He can't see what we're physically doing. And only
Jared
shows
could
up on
be
the screen. Okay. So, one of the reasons I love this piece, again, look at the old guy's face. To me, it looks like a photograph again. The old guy's face is just like you got a picture of an old man. I love it.
It looks more painted-y.
I love it. The other stuff around it does look painted, but this part of this old man's face to me looks like you took a picture of an old man.
It makes like has no to his face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, the thing about Rembrandt is he is known for shadow and light.
Oh.
Rembrandt's famous for shadow and light. The man knew exactly where to put light that he wanted you to see stuff, and then shadow things lighter and darker where he didn't want you to see things. Okay? And this to me is a perfect example of that. So that's why I always start out with this particular piece when I'm teaching about Rembrandt, because look at it. That's exactly shadow and light, isn't it? He's got the light, you got an old man at night working in the dark with a candle as your only light. And I want you to look at the candle that's in his hand. His hand is in front of the candle. You can even see the pink as the light comes through his hand. Look at that. Now I know everybody in this room has held a flashlight up to your hand. We've all done that, right? When you're little, I can see through my hand. That's the coolest thing ever, right? Get the pink that comes through your skin. You can see that in this man's hand. It's absolutely fantastic. Rembrandt was a genius. He knew exactly where to put focus and a little bit of light and a little bit of color. And now put the shadows and the darks and it makes you look at it, what's back there? I want to know more about this painting. What else is in this painting? There's a mystery to it, right? It's fantastic. So it makes you wonder what the story is. Rembrandt was great at that. But that's just great because now look, your focus has to be here. This is the brightest part of our painting. This is where he wants you to look. And these other little details start to be in the shadows and then some of the stuff we can't even see at all. I'm not even sure what it is.
Well, one looks like a closet.
It's just great. It's love. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And the rich old man from the parable, this is a story from the Bible, for those of you who might not know. Now, we will study some more Rembrandts. I am going to stop here for the day, though. Give my voice a little bit of a break. I need to get a drink. So I'm going to get a drink and start saving all this stuff for Mr. Jarrett. But we're going to stop right here today. We'll study some more Rembrandt next time.
Bye, Jared.
Bye, Jarrett.
Bye.
Bye. I spelled Rembrandt.
R-E-M.